Hey guys and gals, here we are back at the Medieval Horse Knight Castle by LEGO Creator. This is set number 31168. Contains, I can't remember, let's look at the box here, 1,371 pieces. Retails for $129.99. That was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. Thank you, LEGO. And honestly, I'm getting pooped of doing bigger sets. I mean, this one's not bad, but I've been on it for about a week now, and I want to get it out of the way. And today is August 11, 2025. And yeah, so far this is what we've done. We're still working. This is bags 5, 6, 7, 8. All we have left in this installment is 9, 10, and 11. So I'm not sure how I'm going to break this down today. I looked at bag 11. And it's just something very small. But I don't know, I may just keep it grouped with the review portion. I don't know yet. I was going to film this one the other night, but I was just dead tired. I had to go to bed, so I could not do this one anymore. And yeah, I have everything keyed up. It does come with the Brick Separator. The build, I'd say, is still probably about a 9. It just seems like it's bare minimum. It's got a lot of detail for interior, especially for a creator set, but I'm not too sure about it. Okay, let's begin. Let's build it. Yeah, so working on big sets continuously gets annoying. I got my other 2 sets in yesterday evening. And one of them is not too bad. I can get it done in a day. It's just a 360 spin, nothing fancy. The other one may take a day to get done, maybe 2 days. So I'm getting back to those big ones again, and I'm still working on getting stuff that's supposed to be released in June done. That's how far behind I am. So after I get done with this one here, I'm going to go back and do a friend set, which is the sailboat and stuff like that. So right now I am just bouncing around doing all sorts of stuff. And yeah, it's not too bad. I've never seen one of these in blue. All right, well, let's start getting our minifigure together here. That'd take about 20 hours. Especially when they have tons of accessories. Let's start setting our parts over here. We can't do the big stuff. We got to do the little stuff first. And I'm kind of in one of those moods today. I just don't want to be dealing with sets. That family drama, all that stuff. So just kind of like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to sit back, get this done. Oh, she's got 2 faces. So they want the serious look. They don't want the winky look. And we'll put this on her. It does come with the wig. We'll take a closer look at that in a bit. And I'm just kind of getting pooped of building. I mean, like right now I got a whole stack of tutorials that are just waiting to be filmed. And I barely made it. I got my stuff done for memberships the other night before I went to bed. I was like, oh, I got to get that going. So that's one thing bad about doing memberships is I always have to do content flowing. And I hadn't got to any building guides because I've been too busy doing set reviews. So I haven't had any chance to get done with my stuff yet. And there is the knight and her wig. Enjoy this because this is how the newer reviews are going to be here. Okay. Alright. Now we got to start doing the tower. And it feels like I'm going to whack my head on this viewfinder. But yeah, doing nothing but set reviews. Like I have a buddy that loves doing sets. This is the thing he likes doing. It's just, you know, I can copy a picture. I like to copy from my mind. But unfortunately today I got to get this going. You know, why do I accept these sets? I mean, creator sets are usually hit or miss. This one here I have to safely say is a hit. So this one here is not too bad for what you're getting. This is 130 bucks for what, about 1,400 pieces? That's not too bad for what you're getting. And the only issue is it's mostly medium to small parts. I see some big pieces, but Lego's go-to now more and more is Looks like this is supposed to be some kind of a little book. I'm trying to find a little feather right now. Making sure we're recording here. This memory card here only has about 20 minutes left. Back to scratchy coughs again. Oh. Okay, I thought it was black. No, it's white. This guy here. Or maybe it's... Am I reading that wrong? The way that they highlight their parts, I thought that was black. That's white. I didn't see that at the bottom. So there's the little book piece. And this goes right on this lip here. The furnishings in this are kind of a bit questionable, but you know, what can you do? Wait, it feels like we're so far away from this, huh? Let me drop this down here. I did have one person say, can I stop moving the camera around so much? My response is, send me the money for a GoPro and then I'll put some beef footage in here. Yeah, I'm trying not to get too ranty. Sometimes I get carried away with that. But sometimes I just am like, chill. This is amateur video hour. If you want Hollywood quality production stuff, I'm not it. But at least I try, though. But right now I'm just swamped with sets. I got tons of stuff coming in. I have 5 more items coming in the mail by the end of the week for review. And I'm hoping... They're pretty good builds. I hope they're really good. The part count of what I can tell on them is not that big, so they might be ones that I can get done in a whole sitting. Okay, so there's your window. And yeah, I'm just hoping to get all these done here, so I don't have to. Well, this one's built in reverse. I'm just kind of pooped of working on sets just one after the other, because I haven't had a break since they sent me sets. I mean, usually by this time I'm already done and that's it, and then I get back into tutorials. I may not even get to tutorials, and I don't know what I'm going to do about YouTube memberships, because even that right now is taking a toll. It's not that. I can only do one thing at a time. It's like when I signed up for this, I thought Lego was only going to send me a handful of offers a year. I think I've counted. They've sent me 99 sets so far. And 99. Yeah, that's 2 nines. That's a lot. That's a lot of sets. And yeah, that's you know, that's what more than most people get probably in their lifetime, expensive as this is. But I can't bite the hand that feeds me. Yeah, the colors on this are starting to get to me a little bit too, but this one's forgivable. It is a castle. It even shows it on the box. It's mostly gray. And I'm just kind of getting tired of working on this stuff. Then I have to deal with the dentist this week. That's not fun. You know what I mean? And yeah, very busy week. And out here in California, they're cracking down on people. So I got to deal with homeowners insurance stuff. Isn't that fun? Paperwork never ends. You think that you move out of your parents' house, you don't have to do anything, or if you get your own place, no, you still got to deal with it. Doesn't matter. It's still a thing. All right. So what I'm gathering is, and honestly, like I said, the colors at this point are getting kind of stale. But I think it's the size of the projects that get exhausting. They do use these here to keep these from falling inwards. You can't push these in. You can push them out, but you can't push them in. which is cool. At least they thought that out. But yeah, I just got so many chores. And somebody on the Ambassador Network says, wait, you just do this for fun, you're not doing this for money? And I'm thinking, no, I do this for fun. That was another one that I got a comment. Wait, you do this as a hobby? This is not fun? You're doing it for, you know, you're not doing this for work? And I'm like, no, why would I? You know, some people I guess do. Okay, sorry about that. Had to clear my throat and all sorts of stuff. Okay, so now it looks like we're putting together the window here. Really all I do is rant in these half the time. I'm looking for a 1x3 plate. Oh, it's dark gray. Okay. Yeah, as far as for tutorials, I don't know. I'm thinking of doing, when I do the build on this, bag 11 is just maybe 3 or 4 pages. What I'm thinking of doing is, I'm thinking of splitting this. I don't want to make these too long. 30-40 minutes are real easy to edit. When they get to be almost an hour, that's when they get kind of exhausting. So I got to think on another way of doing that. So it looks like these pegs go in those tubes. Like that. And yeah, my voice is starting to crack again. It's allergies. Right now we have some big forest fires going on around here. Not anywhere close to me, but around here. Make sure nobody's coming up the walk today. It's a business day, so and yeah, it's been like in the hundreds non-stop. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. Matter of fact, making a bunch of those would be kind of cool for the thing. Alright, and then now it looks like we're building the top of this thing. But I mean, I'm kind of... That's obviously not the right size. They give us a bunch of sizes in here. Not the ones I need, though. But I'm just kind of getting tired of working on sets. Oh, cool. I got a new Lego set I'm going to build. Oh, cool. I can't wait to build my own MOC. Well, what fun is that, Jay? You have to read from your mind. Yeah, that's why I like doing it. Yeah, but there's no instructions. I get that from time to time. Jay, there's no instructions. How can you read from your mind? I just can't. It's called imagination. I can open up my imagination and just look at it. Okay, now I thought we were going to build it on that, but now I see why. That's a nice little platform there. And then we come in and we do the same thing again, I betcha. Kind of, but I'm not paying attention. So yeah, I'm going to the dentist. I'm doing that boring stuff. And then my family pulls, oh, we're going to go out for dinner that night. I'm not. My mouth's going to be messed up. And I'm like, oh yeah, now we're going to do that. Because they already knew. So it saves me money. More money for Lego. You know, I don't know, my bunch is weird. Sometimes I just kind of deal with it. So no fast food for me. I mean, in our bunch, that's like the go-to meal, and I'm just like, the other night, my mom made us something, which is cool, but I still wanted to take them out to a steakhouse, but they were not interested at all. So it's like, man, just be glad I'm doing something nice. Most boyfriends and sons don't do that thing. Alright, didn't see anybody coming up the walk. Am I waiting for something? No, I'm expecting some stuff to come in today, and you know, yeah, we got to put all these on the top, or we should have done it when we were doing the things. That have been a lot easier. But you notice I'm using the side of the brick separator to line these up. It just looks better when we do the review. Sometimes they don't line up all the way. Put them on there as straight as you can. I mean, don't just put it on there like that and expect that to do something. But yeah, and I'd like to get this done today. My goal is to get this done and review today. That's my goal. All right. Actually, this thing was supposed to go on there a long time ago. All right, we'll put that on there now anyway. It's not going to make any difference, huh? There we go. Except for the back, but you got to have... I mean, adult hands can fit in there, so that's kind of cool. That's really a nice, little lovely tower. And it shows it goes on the main piece. We're still working on 5 people. This is still the same thing right now. But we're going to put this on here before I put it on that tower, because I have to change angles, and that's kind of a pain. So I'm just going to start putting stuff together now. Well, let's just pull that out then here. That's something that can fall off, huh? Whoops, you can't see what I'm doing. It don't matter, because we're going to have to put it on that big thing over there anyways. And then we still have to do a torch. Details. It goes right here. Now, it doesn't matter where you put your accessories at. I mean, it's just a tower. And this is what we have remaining for bag 9. And now we need to put this onto this big guy here. Get that prepared for you. Okay, and this just sits on here. This is obviously not meant to come off. So this is not like these are supposed to go on after we're supposed to put this up here. I don't really trust this. I'm going to pinch that by hand. And yeah, it's 8 it is. That's why they have yeah, maybe we should have built that on there, Lego. I'm having a hard time really pressing that down in there. I'm afraid this thing's going to crumble. I'm going to say an 8 for build quality. Now we're getting to that point of the little pieces are starting to fall off. Alright. This flag here doesn't stay in very well. And that's it right there for that part of the build. Not too bad at all. At least we finished this up. And yeah, not too bad. And it's starting to get taller. Okay, now the next part we're going to be working on looks like some part of a house with a roof. And I think bags 10 and 11 actually go together with it. So it says bag 10, but bag 11, if you remembered from the last installment, is something small. Well, it looks like this piece here is standalone. They didn't say we have to attach this big piece to anything. Maybe it's separate castles. We don't know. Oh, wow, a brown door. That'd make a good interior door. Okay, let's unbag this little stuff. Yeah, but you can tell after a while I'm just kind of... I'm tired of working on these big items. It's like, can I just get one done that's quick and just move on, you know? Because right now my cameras are overflowing. And you know what? I only have 5 minutes to get something done here. I forgot to change memory cards when I did. So I got to make a mental note of that. So I will have to split a section, which I usually don't like doing. But I've already opened up the bag. Let's just fill it up so I don't have to run out of too much space. The other one, I have one card that's cleaned off right now. Whoops, you can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, when I get to these tower builds, folks, if, like I said, if you're not a fan of the cameras bouncing up and down, this is probably not the channel for you. I can't edit. I'd be here until the cows come home editing scenes. So if anybody'd like to send me money for a GoPro, there you go. Then I can put the GoPro on my head and you get to see this view here, which is always extra bouncy. So you get to see the main view and you would have a secondary view. But like I said, I always have somebody that always complains about a free video. You know, maybe I should put these as paid things, where you have to pay to watch them. But no, this is not paid per view. Alright, looks like we're building the bed. That'd be a good place to stop when I get to the bed here. Hopefully the bed doesn't take too long. It may take me an hour trying to find all the parts here for it. But I may just go ahead and blast. It may be an hour and a half installment. But I'm thinking of just blasting through this whole thing and just getting these done today. Are the instructions easy to follow? Yeah, kind of. Kind of pooped on this one here. I think it's just these long sets get to me after a while. Yeah. So yeah, I'll just break when I do this part. But oh, I didn't think about using these for post for the bed. Hope you could see what I'm doing. And yeah, I'm just trying to get it done today. Because like I said, if this was my last set, it wouldn't be too bad. I'm going to be honest with you guys and gals, I really don't have a whole lot of time to enjoy sets anymore. It's just, I just pretty much do a bunch of filming. And it's just like, when I get one done, ding, move on. And you know what? Yeah, we'll save that. Well, let's see. How much time do we have left? 2 minutes? Wow, and I hadn't even found the other parts yet. Let's get this bed done. Or you know what? Just to be safe, let me change memory cards real quick. Okay, now let's see here. We got to put the bedspread on this. So I got to make sure I note that that's not a break there. That's just me changing cards. At least we have that done. It's 2 solid hours. And then while I remember here, everyone, I want to give a big shout out to all my contributors on the main channel. That's a big help. I'm trying to think of a name for it. I'm trying to think of a snazzy name to call it here. I don't know yet. And those studs at the foot of the bed, they're meant to attach your minifigure so they don't slide off like this. For those who don't know, I've done this a few times on mine. So your figures don't fall off, which is always cool. So I want to appreciate everybody for taking the time to be members on the main channel. Also, thank you to my patrons, supporters, or Brickable customers. That will be a big help. And in addition to all that, thank you to everyone who takes the time to comment, like, and subscribe. It's always a treat to see that, because it tells me that I'm appreciative. And people appreciate the content and the rants and stuff that go along with it. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm just wanting to get done with all these sets. And how many sets they usually send me a year? Usually about 100 to 150. Right now I've almost reached 100, and we're only in quarter 3 right now. Haven't gotten to any of the holiday stuff yet, but I don't even know if I'm getting any holiday stuff. Usually they send me something that's holiday related. Alright. Yeah, this is more like the Lion Knight's castle that's stripped. This is what this is. I'm hoping it's a complete build, though. So what I'm thinking of doing here is, I mean, this bag doesn't have a whole lot in it. It doesn't look like a lot. We've only spent probably about 7 minutes doing this. Well, I don't know because of the memory card issues, but I'm going to see if we can get this one done here. I'd like to get it done and filmed today. Okay, nobody's coming up. That's good. At least that's very good. At least I can do some stuff here. Jay, do you have to check all the time? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's part of life. That's the good thing about these plates here. They could be used for stuff like that. Remember, 5 plates equals 2 studs. So if you're snotting, there you go. So I have more than enough memory to finish this. Whoops, that didn't go like that, obviously. It's not going to go, that'd be impossible to put together. Yeah, I'm just trying to... survive today. At least today's only Tuesday. And you know what? I got to go to that dentist on Friday. On my day off. It's like the DMV, and my mom's got to go to the DMV, and she wanted me to do that. I said, I can't. I got to take care of this stuff first. Because the dentist, I made that appointment a long time ago, and well, why don't you just cancel? I said, I'm not going to cancel. I need to get this done first. I live in a house where personal hygiene is not really a big issue. Well, it is to me. That's not too bad. It looks pretty good. I was wondering how they did that. It looks like we're going to be putting some windows in here. I have these, but not in black. You put those with a, well, maybe a golden frame, which I don't think I have any golden frames, but that'd be good for like a fireplace screen for a fireplace. Not too bad at all. And then, looks like we're building more of the fireplace here. Alright. I hate when it's just so many parts almost of the same color. It just kind of, you know. And I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, it looks like we're building the other side of the wall to this now. This looks like rant mode is over. I'm going to say build quality is at an 8. I think the only thing striking this one down, I don't know. I've always backpedaled on scores. Sometimes things are brittle until you get close to completion. But really, when you're building a set, it should not fall apart in any fashion. Let me pull this guy a little closer here for you. And feels like I'm just kind of piecing small stuff together here. I'm slowly getting a bunch of these little triangle tiles too. They're kind of cool. I just don't have enough of them. Okay. And it's like I'm starting to put together the roof. I don't think of anything else to really chat about here, but I do get more and more comments about part sorting, so it may be something I'm going to have to go into detail. Some people want to know how I do it. How do I sort things? You know, where do you start with a very big collection? Most people are sorting from just an existing collection. If you're buying raw parts, it's easy to sort them. Versus, if I were to tear all this stuff apart, it's like that Mecha Team Leader. I've been ripping that apart slowly. Some people's jaws are about to drop. I've already, like I said, I've already gotten rid of one arm. And some of the shield pieces. So I've been ripping that apart getting that out of here. Alright, I'm getting a bunch of big pieces Lego. Why are we looking for little tiny ones all the time? I don't know. I'm moving the big stuff out of the way because this is the stuff I'm tripping over right now. And I got my eye on that door. Yep, more small parts. Hey, these next parts will be big. And it would be right there. What do you think goes there? The door. You think Lego would give us more than just plain doors? Like 6 panel doors, like a panel door or something? Maybe they do have some kind of like castle doors that are profiled, but okay. It goes there. And then we got to make a column piece and throw that there, you know. Hope everybody, though, is having a good summer. My summer was, well, sitting at home and working. Isn't that fun? Really, my summer vacation doesn't really start until November, late November. I take off during the winter months. My assistant takes off in the summer. And she'll be back at work in a week or two. And she takes off because she's got a family, she's got kids, and I take off during the winter time. She one time wanted to swap, and I'm like, no, I like being able to sleep in bed. But I think she wanted it because of Christmas time or something. I just give her some time off for that. You know, she's a single parent and stuff, so you know, I try to work with employees and anybody who's on the team. That's just the right thing to do, right? Some don't do that. Some of them don't even give you paid time off or PTO. Okay, looks like we're stacking 2 studs together. But enough about boring work. You know, nobody wants to think about that. What I want to think about is getting this done here. See, that's where bag 11 comes in. It does this. Like I said, this might be a longer installment than I normally will do. I don't think that goes on just yet. Because I don't know what's next here. No, that was not supposed to put that on there because I was going to set it in there, but no, these go in here. There's a roof that comes on. That's bag 11. So we might focus on that there. My stomach is growling, and I had breakfast this morning too. So today I didn't stop off and get a meal. I was just like, I just wanted to get home. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I just like, okay, I'm just gonna get in the car and just go. So I got some lunch meat, you know, some bologna or something, and just have that. At least it's not a nasty old fast food burger. Of course, I could throw some burgers on the grill or a steak. But, you know, I'm kind of pooped today. I don't want to deal with that. I'm lazy. Where does this piece with the clip go? This one right... Oh, I see where it goes. It's like, where does it go? It's all black here at this point. And be careful, these are barely hanging on here. So I don't know how we're going to clip the roof onto this. Unless this goes on here eventually. I don't know. How are we doing on battery? I think the battery in this thing here is starting to get shot, or I just don't pay attention to it. It gives me about 2 hours of recording. Okay, these go in here like this. Now these little lattice windows, I don't have a whole lot. I was going to buy some and never did. Kind of glad I didn't because I've been getting a bunch from sets lately. I've overflowed on windows. I got to go through my window collection and pull out windows that I don't need or I have way too much of in a certain color. But I want to keep windows and doors back here, and yeah, this piece does go in here. Just do what I'm doing. Slowly pinch that in place. Alright, and you know, the sad thing about it is I have more sets. Oh man, I was like, oh, I'm making progress. And then I got 2 more sets. I got 5 more coming. I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm never going to get done with the spreadsheet. Because I have a spreadsheet of just all the stuff that I'm doing. Just to keep track with dates of when videos are going to be released. That's it. And I think we're going to continue on because this is what we have remaining for bag 10. That's not too bad. Alright, here we are with bag 11. You can see how small that one is there. And I could have just stopped and we could have finished it up, but I mean, maybe we should have. It's just small stuff rolling around in here. And yeah, this is basically just the roof panel. We just got to make 2 of these, so it's not bad. It's just, well, I can obviously use dark blue, or what they call earth blue. So this might be a fast one here. We don't know. You think they would have combined that with another bag. I mean, we spent probably about 30-35 minutes building this set. And yeah, you know. So what I'm going to be doing here is start putting the incomplete roof slate on here. I guess it's supposed to simulate some kind of a slate roof. Now, if you have extra tiles in your collection, you could feel free to tile that whole thing in. All right, let's start moving big stuff because Lego wants me to use the smallest possible parts first. I'm trying to get one of these built here so I could do that, but I'm going to have to start just moving parts off now. There's a dark blue that goes there, so be very careful because I almost missed it. I was like, I saw it here on the side, like, well, that's got to go somewhere. So they go right there. There. Well, that does not want to line up. It'd be nice if we cover the whole plates with this. Boy, that is just being stubborn. I'm trying to straighten it out here. You know, which ones are harder to film? I get that question asked. Tutorials. But I like doing tutorials because I know at the end of the day I'm sharing my idea with you. Okay. Now we take these roof... Don't even think about it. You take these roof pieces and we snap them in here, right in the back here. So I could show you here. They just snap in like that. And then just bring those down. Boy, that doesn't look too nice, doesn't it? That looks kind of just half-baked. We have this plate here. They asked me to put that in there. And I got to take a look, because that doesn't go down all the way. Well, yeah, no. Okay, I almost said a bad word. There's that plate. Don't. Okay, I really need a break after I get done with this. That's not supposed to go in there. But that just... it's crooked. It just doesn't look good. I mean, I'm literally just... If they stuffed a plate in there, but these are kind of... Look at that. It just looks kind of... I don't know. It just doesn't look good. Lift that up there, and that's how that's supposed to be. Let me make sure here. Yeah. If you put a tile in there, I'm sure, but... You know, I mean, build quality, right? I'd say build quality in this set is just flat out average. It's nothing special. It's nothing home to write to your grandma about and said, wow, look what I did today. Well, that's a nice piece used for smoke coming out of the stack right there. So, I mean, what do we expect for $130? Oh, man. You know, we were talking about here at the house how expensive Legos got, and I'm thinking, well, back in the 80s it was pretty pricey. A 300-piece set was like $20-25, it really hasn't gone up all that much today. Probably about $10 in the last 20 years. Not 20 years. Probably 40 years. And it's not bad. It's not the most horrible pricing per part. It's just a lot of kids today, like myself. Well, I'm an adult, but kids. I'm a big kid. I don't want to have to spend that, so I got to choose my choose what I buy wisely. Well, they say don't waste your money. Some people do. Some people see this as a waste of money. To me, this is something to do to kill the time, to kill the boredom from being stuck at home during the summer, watching hours of television. Because I just don't like it. At night I'll doze off to it though. Okay. So yeah, this bag here, we could have just split this, but I mean, I don't want to split. It's just, yeah, I'm going to say there's a lot of medium to small parts with this too. This is more like, it's a nice build, it's just kind of piecey. Yeah, kind of I've been in a music mood today. I wish I can play music in these. But I'm not even going to say it, but you stupid record companies get so greedy trying to line your pockets. Then you get angry because your music's not selling, or the artist is, you know, what are you going to do? How do they afford to live in those big mansions and they don't sell a record is beyond me. Especially with people like myself. I don't listen to FM radio all that much unless I'm in a work vehicle or something, but I don't listen to a whole lot of it. And if I do, it's usually the oldies. Like the stuff from the 80s and 90s. Oldies, what we call today, I guess. Oldies, every time I hear oldies, I think of 50s, 60s, and 70s. But you know, I listen to the old stuff. You listen to that new music that's on the radio today, and it is supposed to be offset. My God, that stuff is nasty. I don't know how these guys are selling records. It means I can go out there, use auto-tune, and rap a song, or just mumble rap. Just do that. I could make millions of dollars. Means I wouldn't have to work anymore. I can mumble rap. I should just mumble rap a whole video one day. Do one of these reviews and just mumble rap the whole thing. Just not a review offer. I won't do that to Lego. I won't do that to them, but I should do it to one of those polybag sets. I got a bunch of them, and I got a film that I bought, or it was given to as gifts. It's just mumble rap my way through it, just for fun, just to kind of boy, that's really flimsy there. Let's just put all the little accessories on so the roof could fall in. Yeah, be careful with that. That thing is really flimsy. But I should just mumble rap my way through one of these. Well, the sad thing is, in the late 70s and in the 80s, even the 90s, you could understand what the rappers are doing. And that's what we have remaining there for bag 11 and the build. And yeah, maybe I'll have to do that one day. Okay, now... Oh, this thing's like a clamshell. But first we got to put this on here. This goes on at the very end, and it looks like it fits right on these studs. I think. Yeah. So this is a separate piece. Builder number 6. Okay? I say comfortably 6 builders to this, and then we got to put the whole thing together. All right. Okay, I think now we're going to call this setting up, and there's a bunch of stuff that goes on here with this. So what I'm going to do here, ooh, how am I going to film something like this? Here's what, I mean, I think what I'm going to do, I don't know yet how I'm going to film this one here, to be honest. The thing is that this goes together like a clamshell, and I think the problem with it, let's pull, this thing is so fragile here, be very careful with yours. I've had it detached so many times. This is not supposed to be folded like this. Let me get here comfortable for you here, because this thing is big. It's another one of these big fluffed up airy builds here. Let me get the camera backed up, because this is going to take a lot of our... Look at this. Another tower that's full of air. Isn't that cool? Love these airy builds. They're extra airy. Yeah, this one's going to be a... We're going to full-blown tour this one here. This one will be a close-up tour. I need the turntable for also the minifigures and stuff. So I think what I'm going to do is do all the tour first, and then we'll come back and do accessories. This is supposed to fold out, but let me get the book again. I just tossed the book because I thought I didn't need it, but I'm going to need it for this now. Looks like we're missing a whole part here, if that's the case. It says to attach it on the left-hand side from the front, so right here. So this has to get acquainted with this, but okay, well, I thought this was the inside. No, this goes like this. Alright, so this gets attached into here. Okay, let's do it like this. See what I mean? It's all full of air, and I'm sorry if you can't see that, guys and gals. I have to put my hand in here. It snaps right in here. And I'm having a hard time doing this. I'm afraid it's going to break. I've already had this thing come apart. I'm going to hinge it like this. There we go. You may need the book here to do this. And the other part hinges in like this. Okay. Oh, like that. So this thing doesn't quite sit straight. Let's make sure. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Does this thing move, or because it just kind of looks? I mean, of course, you could do it any way you want. And now we're done with that. Let me get the book again. How is it set up? So it's set up like that, but mine looks nowhere near like that. Did I do something wrong? I think that's how it goes. Huh. Sorry, guys. You know, like I said, I'm due for an upgrade, but with me working 60 hours a week, I don't have time to clean out the big shop anymore. Just enough to do work in there, and that's it. Yeah, it's kind of, that's how it's supposed to be. So it's not quite square on the inside. If you can see, this side here is bigger than this side. And yeah, from this angle it looks pretty good. And yeah, it's modular. I'd say 6 people can comfortably build this. You got the drawbridge that works. So this is going to warrant a close-up build. And when I do the close-up shot, I will split this open. I will just unhinge it and we'll roll it out. Okay. But right now, I think what I'm going to do is just focus on the, I mean, it's just, I'm going to say build quality on this is just kind of, I'm going to say is average. It's very flimsy. Very flimsy on, you got to put it on something. If you got one of these, like I said, just spend a couple of bucks and get yourself a turntable. I've had this one for years. It needs to be lubed. Yeah, you got to put the decorations on it. I'm getting parched right now. I'm getting thirsty. So what I'm going to do is do the review first. Okay. And may as well put a horse on there. It has a lot of little accessories, but the horses are probably the only thing I'm impressed with. They're brick built, but they're strong. But I think the one thing that's killing this set is just build quality. Collaborative builds there. Like, do we need to keep the treasure chest out? I may just keep it as an accessory. Yeah, this may take me a good 20 minutes to set up here. I'm kind of just don't want to. I just see flags are falling off the horses. Everything's just barely tacked in here. I'm going to say build quality is just horrific. I'm going to say build quality is just poor to average. It's just things fall off. Like these have been falling off a few times. They don't stick in here very well. And unfortunately, you know, when I do the review, I will do the horses separate. So this review is going to be very long just to do this. Now I got to set it all up for the tour. See, you can't even put the horses in here because of, you know, the flags are just kind of going weird. Yep. I should drop it down to a flat out 5 because of build quality. I was expecting something a little more robust. You can't have these on here. They fall off. But I need to get done for a shot. I'm really getting thirsty, but I want to get this set up here, then take a break. I don't want to just take a break right now. As far as for minifigures go, I know a lot of people are wanting to see the figures, so I'm going to do those in their own shot. It's just another clip that I have to film. It does come with this. That's good, but we don't need that anymore. Comes with extra wigs, but you know, they can watch the build installments for that. So I'm going to say that the flags for the horses are just kind of silly. You know what? We got these things in the back. Too bad they didn't outfit these with the Technic pin. Go backwards on them and shove those in there. Lego, this is really kind of just, I'm going to say it. Sorry for my language, guys and gals. Crap. It really is. Yeah, those are really going to stay in there by themselves. Yeah. The treasure chest. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shove the treasure chest in. You know, let's put the treasure chest here. It's one less item I have to deal with. As long as I can open it up and show what's inside, that's all I care about. I'm just trying to find... see, you can set these guys right here. Set them up there, you know. I'm trying to set them up as best as I can. I'm at this. She goes with the blue horse, huh? I don't remember which ones go where. Oh, the king goes on the blue one, I think. Put her on there. Then we have the flags here. The king gets the red and he's on the blue. You think there'd be a blue flag that goes on that. I'm sure you could swap it out with one on the top. Yeah, this is barely, just barely tacked in. This is really bad design, Lego. You should have used some studs or something. You got that one-eyed horse with the hole in the top. Why didn't we put that in the back so we could shove these in better? I can't wait to do the review, but that's what I'm going to do after I get something to drink here. Not liquor. I'm going to get some water. I think that's good enough. As long as all the minifigures... It didn't come with a whole lot of minifigures. I think 5 or 6, but... we're missing somebody. Where's that guy with the... I don't know what happened to him. Did he... I don't know. It's not that I'm disgusted with it, I'm just getting kind of tired of working on it. It's these big sets, they're killing me. That's all I've been working on for the last 6 weeks. Oh, here he is. We will put him here in the back, right here. He'll be the only one that's friendly, waving to us. Stand back there. You don't want to fall off the edge. Yeah. I mean, it looks impressive when it's set up. It really does. But this is not like your Lion Knight's castle by any means. That castle was built for rugged play. This one here is just, you get what you paid for, which is probably a little too much in my opinion for it. I think what I'm going to do is move all this paper out of the way. I swear I'm going to need to get me a garden rake in here to rake up all the bags when I'm done. Yeah, let's drop this thing down. You know what, we'll do that when I do the tour. I think that's good enough. Oh my God, somebody's coming up to the walk. You're kidding me. Alright, well, that's it for setting up. I think we're good. We're going to start with the review. First, I got to take care of some business stuff. Let's start the tour with our knights. They do have print work on both fronts, back of their torsos. This one's got some reflective stuff, so maybe it's just a chest plate. Some of these do have double-sided heads. Here we have another knight. And a lot of these minifigures, they just have accessories that are just barely hanging on. So she's got a double-sided head, nice print work for the shield and the torso. And we got the guy who does the bow and arrow. He does archery. Or she. Not too bad. And then we have this gentleman here. I believe he's the blacksmith. Not too bad at all. Then we have the Black Knight. He's really cool looking. That's a real cloth cape. So there you go. And I like the shield. Is that supposed to be Slytherin or something? And here we have the king. He's trying to defend his castle. We'll take a tour of that in a bit. And yeah, that's a nice shield. Whoops, real cloth cape. And yeah, I'm Butterfingers today. Not too bad at all. Next, we're going to take a look at the horses. And these are brick-built animals. As you can tell, they do have legs that independently move. Although they're hard to kind of attach to a plate. But I didn't have anything fall off, with the exception of these flags here. These kind of get in the way, and these are just barely set in these holes. So these are going to fall off very easily. And here's the blue one. And yeah, there's not a whole lot of detail for the heads. They're just meant to be brick-built horses. And I like about these is that they have a hole inside for your minifigures. So you don't have to permanently attach your figures to the horses. You could just set them in like this. Now it's obviously a little bit of a challenge with the flag in the back, but that's the whole point, is to knock those off. So I'm trying to set these in here, and they just sit inside. And they look really good. That means they can come in here and battle to the death and all that stuff. But these here, I guess, are indicators to see if these will actually fall off. And they're just barely tacked in. And honestly, this looks a lot better than without the flags on them. Because this is just another piece here that's just going to get lost. So just take that and knock those off. And there you go. It looks a lot better than that. So if you're not a fan of those flags, I don't blame you. They just kind of get in the way. Here we are at the Medieval Horse Knight Castle. And it's a pretty interesting build. So obviously we got ourselves a drawbridge here, and this does function. We'll move him out of the way. And there's a little ratchet system right here. And don't worry, we'll take a closer look at everything in a bit. So you can just crank this thing up here, and it will stay. And if you want the drawbridge to come crashing down, there's a lever here. Now this thing doesn't go up all the way, and we'll get to that, why things fall off here in a bit. You just press this down or lift it up, and the thing just comes crashing down. Now, in addition, you do have several flags like your typical castle, but these will fall off. I've had these fall off several times. They're, even throughout the build, it's one of the spoilers on this set. And it looks very big. This does open up. We're going to just take a 360 spin tour of it here. And you got your sides and stuff. It almost looks complete, except for the back here has been left open for play. But we'll use a minifigure here for an accessory. And of course, you know, with adult hands, you can actually get in here and put your minifigures in here. So obviously you got a little dining room, a little throne room. Treasure chest here with some treasure. Got a little blacksmith shop here. Got some stairs that take you up to here. Not really much of a pathway, and you really can't sit minifigures right in here. So that's the only way to put them on there. But you can actually have them go up in here. Here's a door that opens up. Wish this door opened up the other way, would have been better. And then you got a bed here, which is outfitted with studs. Now in addition to that, you got towers. You got a little book with quill. Lookout tower here. You got another one here. There's just a lot of stuff to really go through. This is going to be one of those sets that I'm going to have to go through up close. And you got yourself a little area here. And if you think this looks familiar to the Lion Knight's castle, this one's pretty much that, except this is more of a stripped down version of it. Now this does open up. It depends on where you want this to hinge at. It is hinged, but it's not what you think. The really bad part about this is these joints are only held by one clip, so this thing can come apart very easily, or pieces will fall off. Yeah, can't wait to get to the review on this one, folks. And you'll have to fight it if you want to play inside, really. So I'm not sure if it's intentional that this should hinge open or not, but sometimes it's better to open this up and take a look inside here. And yeah, there's this ratchet system here. And there's no floor space. Now I get questions asked, will this stuff fit on a base plate? This one will not. Maybe on a 48 by 48 stud, but a 32 by 32 stud base plate. This will not fit on there. As you can see though, we have a little door that takes us inside of the dining room. A little awning here for the blacksmith. We got a little gate here so you can put your horse in there. Let's see if one of the horses will fit in here real quick. You know, and these do fall off very easily, so I'm just going to take that off. So you're going to have to take the knight off too, just to put the horse in there. And he does fit in there. Close the gate. See, he can reach over the edge and stuff. That's really cool. This thing has got a lot of features for it being a Creator 3-in-1 set, especially with everything printed and minifigures. There's just a lot of stuff to do. And honestly, the 360 spin tour is really not serving this one justice. So let's take a closer look. Here's a close-up of the drawbridge. And they could have done a better job with this. Chains are not quite lined up. It's like they were trying to make them fit. But everything you've seen here that's got graphics is printed. Got our knights at the top. One of our horses. There's some greenery here on the side too. And here's one of the little towers. We'll take a look in there. Oh, I guess we could work our way around, huh? Little greenery here with a little cave. Probably something that's supposed to hide in there. Maybe that's where the Friends animals are supposed to hide. Also got a barrel with a carrot. And these are the little clips here. This is how these sections go together. So up to 6 people can build this, and you can just snap your pieces in when you're done. And let's take a better look at the ratchet system here. So basically what you do is you just rotate this thing here, and unfortunately this thing doesn't stay up all the way. You have to release this to come crashing down. Well, maybe... Okay, the flags are going to keep falling off, so we're just going to deal with that. So let's try that again here. I'm not going to censor that out. So see, sometimes you have to really fling this thing down. If you want the drawbridge to come down, just lift that up. It's a pretty good idea. And yeah, if you don't like things falling off your builds, this one's probably not for you. Just enough room up here. It's not like the Lion Knight's castle. If you're looking to get a replacement for that, this one is not it. Well, we got some rooms here and there. You got some accessories. This over here is not too bad. Let's see if I can get in and swing that out of the way. I can take a better look at this. I like that shield right there. That could be a tapestry. And it's a brick built door, but that's pretty cool. This awning idea is really clever. Got the gate for the horse. Really cool. And yes, I've knocked that flag off there. That thing on the top there is barely held on. And there's a lot of stuff that can flake off this. It looks pretty cool, but these joints here is the downfall of this castle. These can come off, so this is not a model you can easily just pick up and move around. And yeah, there's not a whole lot going on in here, and there's no floor in here too, so this closes back up. Now you could change the configuration and stuff. Now these just snap in here, and I'm hoping I could do this with one hand. Probably won't be able to. And you just kind of push this together. And I've had this thing come off a few times, so we'll just leave it like that. It's not really built very well. I'm going to be blunt honest here. Before we go on the inside, let's take a look at this side here real quick. Not a whole lot going on here. At least the front of these buildings here has some nice detail. Yeah, I know this review's all over the place, but the inside of this here is really nice for what this is. So here we got the stable with the blacksmith shop. Not too bad with the little furnace on one side and the fireplace on the other, and then here we got ourselves a little dining room with a little chandelier that hangs and wiggles around, so you know when there's an earthquake. Not too bad. Look at the food on that table. At least this one does come with some food. You also got the treasure chest here. See if I can pop that out for you. That's why I like doing these close-up shots, because we can really dig deep. Not too bad. And here's the bedroom. The little fireplace and a bed. At least this bed has studs to attach your minifigure to. And it's a nice cozy little bedroom. But it's not bad for what it is. And you got your way to get up into here. Really not really safe there. You could fall right off. So this one is really just more of a small little castle than anything. You got the little reading room where you got your quill and stuff. Some lookout towers like we saw in the 360 tour. But the downfall in this is all these little accessories. These just come right off easily. You got to be careful. These things are just tacked in. So if you're looking for something with a lot of robust build quality for play, this one's not it. It really isn't. But it's a nice starter castle. It's really more of a playable model than anything, but this one's obviously not portable where you can move it. But there's a lot of detail for this. As a creator set, it's really got a lot of detail for 3-in-1. I haven't built the other models yet. But honestly, I'm pretty impressed with the outcome of it. I just wish build quality was better. See, here's another one of these joints here, you know. It's just held in by a clip. But it's meant for group building. I just wish it was executed a bit better. See, the detail on this looks really good. So this is a starter castle. It's not too bad at all. Well, how bad is it? Well, here are my opinions. Let's start the review with build quality, and this set is lacking in such that, as you saw with the Closeup Tour, these easily can come off the horses. And in addition, some of these smaller pieces will fall off. I've had some of these pieces here, they just flake off. You know, the flags will get knocked off. And in addition, these are only held in by one little clip. So if you're trying to pick this set up to move it, it's impossible. So you make sure you have this on a flat surface. It's the only way this will be a good model, but it's anything but sturdy. So you can't just scoop this one up and pick it up. You'd have to break this one down. And even that, these will detach. And I understand why Lego did that, was for collaborative play. But it's not really meant for you to roughhouse with. But it is open for play, which we're going to head into play value. And this set has got a lot of stuff for play value. You got several minifigures, 2 horses, and lots of accessories. In addition, the open back. So you do have some furnishings in here and a lot of room. I mean, even adult hands can fit in here and move minifigures around and stuff. So that's really cool. So this one is not even short on play value. It's not like build quality. This one has a lot of play value with this set. Now, as far as for city drop-in value, could you place it in a city? It looks like you can. This part looks finished. It looks finished off at this angle. Back here, you're going to have to build this up a bit more. But other than that, it looks good for what it is. So this, I'd say, is not really city worthy. But the set does come with a nice selection of pieces, not only to build the other 2 alternative models, but to build other creations or use these pieces to enhance other Lego builds. And in addition to all that, you do have a brick separator, so it comes in handy. I had to use it a few times to correct some mistakes. Now, from my build experience, the set did keep my interest throughout most of the build, but after a while, working with mostly gray was kind of getting a little redundant. But I understand that this is a castle, so I just let that slide a little bit. The building guide was easy to follow in certain places, but just be careful with how you put things together, because you could easily miss a part in this one. So this is one of the largest Creator 3-in-1 sets I put together, and yeah, you can easily mess up on this one. There's a lot of medium to small pieces in here. It looks like there's a lot of big stuff. Most of these are just wall panels, but a lot of medium to small, so it's easy to mess up. So just take your time on this and just build this very slowly. Now, the beauty about this set is up to 6 people can build this set. So the set is kind of fragile, but each part is made in such a way that you can build with a partner and you can group all your pieces together. Like this piece in the back is one whole piece. This tower here is one. And each one of these sections is a portion. So everybody has a part in building this castle, although this is the larger of the pieces in the back. It's not too bad. And one thing I do like about this, though, is the working drawbridge. So this thing here is really cool. You just have to get this ratchet thing set up. But I'm pretty pleased with the outcome of this set. Now, sadly, I got to give this thing an 8 out of 10 just due to build quality. It's just one of these sets that you have to be careful with when moving around. This is not meant to be one of these ones you can carry it from room to room. You're going to have to build this on something flat and keep it there. It's not that sturdy to be moved around. That's the only issue I have with this set. But it is a fully playable model. It's a collaborative build, and you get tons of accessories. I mean, this looks really nice, but this is more like a castle that's stripped down. It's not really like the Lion Knight's castle. That one was built rugged. That was built for heavy-duty play. This one here is just probably an entry-level castle set. It's just something to start you out on if you're getting into castles or you're not quite sure. But this one does suit that purpose. It's an interesting build to explore, but I want to know what you think about this set.